Cokie, does Hillary Clinton have the ability to dig out of this Wall Street hole she finds herself in?
Well, she's doing her best to connect it to a lot of other politicians who are popular in the Democratic Party, particularly President Obama. And she is quite right that she did vote for strong measures that reined in Wall Street, or at least tried to. But look, one of the things that she hasn't said that I think is actually worth saying is that she was the senator from New York. These are her constituents. And to a certain degree, you have to pay attention to the people you represent.
On the flip side, one of the things she said quite regularly now, I won't promise what I can't deliver. The implication being that Bernie Sanders, the idealist, the Democratic Socialist, can't. We had Howard Dean on the other day who said the guy is not a coalition builder. What does he do to demonstrate that he can get ideas, particularly those that excite young people, into law?
He can't.
End of discussion?
End of discussion. He cannot do it. He says we need a political revolution. Our last political revolution was in 1776. You in Boston know it well.
We do.
But the fact is that there is no political revolution going on in this country, and there's no appetite for nationwide for the things he's promoting. He represents the liberal wing of the Democratic Party. In the national population, that's about 25% of the population. You don't win with 25%.
So if Donald Trump were standing here, he'd say, well, actually, Cokie Roberts, there is a political revolution, and I am leading it. Forget Trump. What does it say about America that somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 to 40% of people who plan to vote in Republican primaries think this guy is the answer?
It says that they are fed up with Washington, with inactivity in Washington, but it really goes beyond that, Jim. We're living through the equivalent of the Industrial Revolution. Here we are in Manchester, New Hampshire, a city that was completely formed by the Industrial Revolution. And we're going through the same thing now, where the entire economy is being shaken up and people have lost their moorings. And they think somebody's to blame, and they think this guy might be able to fix it.
Do you think he goes home if he has two number twos in a row?
I think it makes it hard for him to go on.
You know, virtually every, I shouldn't say this, a lot of Republicans I've met over the last 3 days say our dream candidate is Marco Rubio. We lost to Obama 71 to 29 with Mitt Romney amongst Hispanics, Latinos. He's young. He'll be standing next to a 69 or 74-year-old. And what I say to most of them is, do you think somebody who is not just pro-life, but doesn't support exceptions for rape and incest could get elected in the United States of America? Do you?
Yes, I do, but I don't think that's the issue. Very few people vote on the issue of abortion. Usually it's about 4% of the voters vote, and they split between pro-life and pro-choice.
So what is the issue?
The issue is usually the economy, unless we have some horrible terrorism attack. But look, even with Hispanics, yes, Rubio might cut in, but I don't think would cut in enough. What people don't understand in the Republican Party is that immigration is a threshold issue. And if you are against legalizing people who are here without documents, that means that you are not welcoming millions of people into the country and certainly into the party. And those people are not going to vote for someone who doesn't welcome them.
Last thing is the most stunning thing out of Iowa, at least to me, and I think a lot of people, was the age divide on the Democratic side. 70% margin for Bernie Sanders, 17 to 29-year-olds over Hillary Clinton.
No, yeah,
over Hillary, yeah, 70% margin.
What,
to 14. Why are young women turning away, at least for the time being, from Hillary Clinton?
Because they have not experienced any discrimination and don't see that it's a big deal. And in some ways, that's a great victory, because those of us who have the scars to show for battling our way through the years of discrimination wanted it to be that they didn't have to feel it. So that's great on the one hand. On the other hand, a little gratitude would go a long way.
So how did I do doing this and this? Was that pretty good?
You were doing just great.
I knew I could do it. Cokie, nice to see you.
Right, nice
Thanks so much.